Hey guys, we're sitting here in the hotel in Portland, Oregon at the Snag Conference 2018. Kicked off yesterday. I can't keep track anymore of the day. I'm here with Hilary from Halstead and wanted you guys to get a chance to sit and chat with her and hear from her about the opportunities that she's spearheading with her team at Halstead. And I wanted to share with you guys some of these opportunities, like the grant that you do. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
it's good to sit with you.
Yeah, it is. At Halstead, we sponsor the Halstead Grant, which is a program for emerging artists working in silver in the field of jewelry. So it's an exciting award. The deadline is August 1st each year.
There's still time this year.
There is still time. It's
cool.
A really good time to start, actually, because it takes a little time. Our award's a little bit different. It's not just based on your portfolio or photographs. Like a lot of awards in the industry, we actually require a bunch of essay questions that are kind of the outline of a business plan. So this is really a development program for entrepreneurs in jewelry. And it's a great experience to kind of go through that process of answering questions and thinking about all of those issues. So the grand prize is $7,500 in cash for your business.
Wow.
And then $1,000 in supplies. So it's a great way to kind of start a big project or maybe hire your first employee or invest in a show.
Very cool.
And kind of help get things launched.
That's no small amount for a beginner. $7,500 would go a long way. You can do a lot, especially if you're really smart and efficient with how you use those dollars. That's an amazing prize. So how many entries are you getting? Like, what are the chances, and what do people really need to know about the judging of this and how they might get selected for such an opportunity? Do you have any tips for these guys on that?
Absolutely.
I know some of our students are applying.
Great.
And they're asking me questions, and I can't answer them. So we got you right here. Let's give them a couple of little insights.
Absolutely. So I would just say start early, like you said. It is a process, and we really design the competition to make people think and stretch and do some research. So I think it can be a little bit intimidating when you first download that application and you see the questions. Some of them are tough.
Right.
But we don't expect anybody to just be able to, write this out in 20 minutes. We want you to kind of think about it and reach out to your network, do some research, ask some questions, think about issues that maybe you haven't spent a lot of time pondering before. So it's meant to help you grow and develop as a business.
I love it.
Yeah. And it's a challenging award every year. Judging just seems to get harder and harder.
Yeah.
There are so many talented people in our fields, which is really
exciting.
Who
are worthy of this grant.
Yeah.
So you do this every year, right? This is every year. Amazing. Okay. And how do they find out, like, if they have questions about this? Is there any resource there at Halstead that they can call and be coached through the process?
Absolutely. And we're trying to provide more and more support every year. We build out a little bit more content. So right there on the grant resource page, we have links to a lot of great resources, other websites, articles right there on our own website. This year we'll be offering a couple of Facebook Lives as Q&A sessions. And I think the first one is like mid-June. So we will be posting dates for that as it gets closer.
Cool.
To kind of help coach people through. And then we'll be emailing everyone like for the last 8 weeks to kind of keep pushing you guys, like keep going, don't stop, work a little bit every week. So you don't get too overwhelmed and try and do it all at one sitting.
Okay, great. Well, I'm going to make sure our students are seeing that and that there's that they know that information is so easy to find and access. Because it can be overwhelming when you're trying to kickstart a business. First of all, there's all these things that you have to think about and do, and I tell people it's one thing at a time. But an opportunity like this, I think, is amazing. And thank you for putting it together, because it's people that can't afford our workshops, for example, who need the education. They want to come in and advance their skills or learn a certain technique, and we're trying to find similar ways that we can open those opportunities up to them, and this is fantastic. So we need to make sure that people are aware.
Thank you.
So let's continue, Hilary. I want to talk to these guys about Snag and what that is. Snag is the Society of North American Goldsmiths Conference that happens every year. I've been a snagger. What do we call ourselves? Snaggers?
Snaggers, snaggies, I don't know.
Snaggies.
I like snaggies.
We'll have to work on this.
I don't think it's quite caught on yet. So.
Yeah. But it's such a fabulous meeting of the minds. And I keep coming every year. I block it out because I feel like this is our tribe. Like, these are our people. And I want to make sure that you guys know what this event is about. So we're going to go around later and we'll ask some people what it feels like to be here amongst people, their peers, also their mentors, their instructors from years ago, reconnecting. There's a lot of connection going on right here in the hotel. What is your opinion, Hilary? Like, what would you say to someone who's like, well, what is that about? What's Snag?
Yeah, I'm a huge advocate for Snag. I think it's an amazing organization. It's changed a lot over the years.
Yeah.
And I talk to a lot of people out there in jewelry who maybe went to a Snag conference 15 years ago and maybe it wasn't quite their cup of tea.
It's different now.
It's different now. And that's what I try to explain to people is that the organization has become much more inclusive. They're really reaching out to all kinds of jewelers and metalsmiths, which is fantastic. And it's really great to be in an audience, in a group that has so much in common and yet also so much diversity. So it's wonderful that there's blacksmiths, there's fine jewelers, there's conceptual jewelers, there's students, there's educators, there's working studios and schools. It's just this fantastic blend and I love it. I leave every year feeling really inspired and connected to all the people we work with. It's just a great touchstone for me each year.
Yeah, I always go back really inspired. And with a huge stack of cards, of resources and just new connections of people that you might actually be friends with on social media. And you're actually like, oh my gosh, you get to meet them in person and get that face-to-face time like we're getting right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Hilary and I have been sponsoring this for the last, much longer than I.
I'm not even sure, 5 years maybe?
5 years. Okay, well, I think the last 3 or 4 years, Creative Side has a presence here. And I think it's really important, that we get that face-to-face time. It's just so different than, email, texting, even a Skype. It's really nice.